Hello, my name is Ed, and welcome to this week's blog. We're covering Google's page experience update. So, the Google page experience is basically how well your site comes out on their search engine optimization, where your site will be displayed in the search results. You obviously want this to be as high as possible. You want to be on that first page, and ideally in those top 5 results, so people actually see your site. This update is going to change a little bit how that algorithm works. I'm going to go into some of the changes and things you just need to make sure you're doing to get ready for this update. This page update was originally actually set to come out this month in May, but it looks like we're looking for mid-June, so you've still got a few weeks to prepare for it. So the Google Search Console, that is the home for all things search engine optimization. To be that tags, titles, keywords, core web vitals. That's currently the main things that Google's looking for when it works out where your site will be displayed. Going forward, there's a whole lot more factors that are going to be included with this page experience update, so let's have a little look at the main ones. First area is mobile usability. So, apparently over 50% of all website browsing is now done on mobile phones, believe it or not. So there's a greater emphasis being placed on how your website actually works on a mobile device, be it a phone or a tablet, but making sure you've got your responsive pages set up. Next up is the ad experience. Now this is making sure you don't have intrusive ads all over your site. In fact, all it needs is a bad report on one page, say you've got like 5 ads or something and they're all over the place. That will actually bring the entire site's search engine optimization right down, which is really not what you want. So just making sure any ads you've got are managed and not getting in the way of the actual browsing of the site. Another important factor is the security issues. If you have issues on one page of the site, again, similar to advertising, it's going to bring the entire site's search engine optimization down. So just making sure you've got your site secure away from any vulnerabilities. Another factor that they're including is your usage of HTTPS. Make sure that your site is set up with an HTTPS protocol. It makes sense. You want your secure data going to and from. There's no reason really not to use it. If you're not using HTTPS, you're going to get a bad report. Again, kills the page experience score and it's just going to reduce visibility of your site, so make sure you're doing it. But alongside the current setup, the SEO is going to change slightly to be a bit more focused on website performance. So just making sure your page is actually fast and doesn't take an age to load is going to be tweaked that little bit higher in their algorithm. So now getting on to the title of the video, how do I prepare for it? Simple. Follow the guidelines. They're there for a reason. If you're following what they're after, it's kind of like an exam. If you kind of follow the marking scheme, you're going to be fine. Alongside following the guidelines, it's important to continue to do what you're doing. So be that keywords, titles, tags for your search engine optimization, but just take a little bit greater care in your actual usability of your site on mobile and also the security. Like I said, that's a new important factor they're adding in. If your website isn't going to navigate smoothly and has these potential security breaches, it's not going to get a good score on the new system. If it doesn't get a good score and it's not going to be visible, if it's not visible on the world's most used search engine, you've got a bit of an issue. So making sure to adhere to their guidelines, super important. Like I said, the mobile part of this is very important, so making sure your site is actually optimized for mobile use. Important to do some research here, or ask for help if you are stuck. So an example would be, say you have an online form, works beautifully on desktop, laid out perfectly, plenty of space for all of the different parts. Then you go into mobile view, it's all cramped, you can't read it, it's hard for the users to fill in. Not only is that going to be a bad user experience, but it's actually going to affect your page experience score, which really, like I said, that is important. You want to make sure you get it as high as possible. So just making sure when you go into mobile views, everything is looking and working as you'd expect it to. Finally, it's important to optimize the speed of your website. Now this is something we've covered in a previous blog. I've put a link to that one in the description with 5 little tips on stuff you can do to speed up and optimize your sites. There are lots of plugins available that do most of the work for you. One that we used in the past quite a lot is NitroPack. There's also Lightspeed Cache and many other options out there. It depends on how your website's hosted, which ones will work, but just check and see what options are available for you. By making sure your site is fast, it's just going to help to avoid that negative page experience score, which is that really important thing in keeping a visible website. If you need any support to maximize your SEO for your website or your business, don't hesitate to get in contact with us. Our experts here will be able to go through your site, work out where we can improve it, and give you a hand getting ready for this update. If you guys enjoyed this video covering Google's page experience update, which we're looking at the middle of June for the release of, so we've still got a month away, still got plenty of time to get ready for it. But make sure, if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments and we'll have a go at answering them for you. Or check out our site and actually get in contact with us fully, and we'll be able to go through your site a little bit more, hopefully get you up to speed where you need to be. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to the channel because we're doing weekly blogs on various website design related things, and we're going to be doing a tutorial series building a website all the way through from the initial wireframing to then actually putting it in something like Adobe XD, as well as then moving on to using stuff like Elementor, Bricks, Anima. If there's any topics you'd like us to cover, let us know in the comments and we'll go through and see what we can do. And until next time guys, I've been Ed, have a good one.